Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, innovating, and amazing, spectacular Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master propaganda hero, psych defender of the fatherland. Off here to glory's 1v1 on... You guessed it, it's Crossroads. To the north it is Caosak, fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland. Here rolling out with the 2nd Panzer Division, with elite troops featuring stun grenades on concussive grenades, stormtroopers, Jaeger light infantry upgrades, Panzer tactician, and the Tiger Ace with Pantherfast infantry and Panther bulletins. West and south it is Eternal, fighting for America, freedom, democracy. Here with the 6th Armored, with mechanized, recon support, and heavy cavalry with the triple infantry bulletins there. Grenadier MG4 start here for Caosak, and double rifle start there for Eternal. As always, a big hearty thanks to my patron supporters, these champions, these heroes of the Propagandacast to keep in the business, and without them I would not be able to keep doing this. A big thank you to all those. You too can join the ranks by pledging on Patreon. You can also just do a one-time donation via PayPal, the links are in the video description, and you can also just comment, like, share, subscribe, press the bell button, keep the YouTube algorithms engaged and away from my face. So, westward, see we get a big push of Eternal, a big, but early big, which will hit his opponent's fuel point and then try and disrupt Caosak. So early game is dispatching most of his forces eastwards. We also get early mechanized there, featuring the mechanized groups, reserve armor, cavalry riflemen, mortar half-tracks, and combined arms. At the same time, moving up, there we go, he's definitely looking to disrupt here Caosak's early game force. Caosak had to focus on defending and put him into an awkward spot here in the early game, maybe like throw him off mentally, which could of course provide Eternal an extra advantage. So definitely pretty sneaky there, even cheeky breaky by Eternal. We'll have to see how Caosak counters. Of course, got machine gun nearby. Of course, this could be the, shall say, slight oversight here in Eternal's plan that he doesn't actually know where the machine gun is. So depending on how Caosak sets it up, it could cause problems here. But then once got the Pioneer Squad, starting getting a Pioneer Squad early on would be actually fairly big for Eternal. There's just been one unit gone that can't grab territory, but also slows down tech later on. So that's it though. Caosak got lucky, avoided the Pioneer wipe, although she's definitely been in for a slightly bumpier ride, and even then Gunny's obviously to retreat now, also unhealthy. Definitely a bit dicey, but now the rifle squads are being bled out themselves, so I would say they've acquitted them fairly well. Even then, he's, denied Caosak an easy access to the fuel pump, once grab his own, and he's certainly bled out Pioneers and Grenadiers, while suffering, I would say, comparatively minor casualties, though that said, the rifle squads themselves are low health, so it's not like they can do a lot then. They will probably have to, split up to get points now away from the front line, or, retreat back for at least some reinforcements. Points have been seized by Caosak. Grenadiers setting out there, almost fully reinforced. There we go. Pioneer squatting eastwards there for Caosak. I imagine we're seeing a 3rd Grenadier squad. And there we go. The stun grenades from concussive grenades, actually quite a handy upgrade as the rifle squad, since they will typically charge around towards you, and using the stun grenade, you can pretty much prevent them from doing that. So you can sort of, to a degree, negate the rifleman's advantage against the Grenadiers, make it tough for them to close in on you, and if they are close and they don't move, poof, then they get stunned, at which point you're going to lose actually a good chance of them beating them. So, a good choice, I would say, here by Caosak going for elite troops, since again, it kind of has some elements that makes it, fairly decent countering the American rifle builds, if you know how to use it. In these two Pioneers as the echelons, and more pressure here. Ralph's going to get a solo on health. It's really risky from him, and honestly, I think he should just be grabbing points elsewhere, going for the carve point. I think this is pushing his luck here now versus Caosak's more, bunched, not bunched up, say, concentrated forces here. Could get a wipe here, that'd be huge, of course, for Caosak, and a big problem there for Eternal. And Ralph squad needs to get away. There's 2 Grenadier squads fairly decent healthy versus them. There we go. Caosak taking up. Has he already taken up? He's just taking up now. East side of they got the card point. Good win there for Eternal. Could consider sneaking in the cavalry rifle. We do have the lieutenant out here for Eternal. Do have the rifle out there. Mechanized upgrade on the way there. Probably may want to consider an ambulance in the near future to heal up his troops. So yeah, that low health 3-man rifle squad could benefit from an ambulance at this stage. Lieutenant forwards for freedom and democracy. Going to catch the lieutenant there, but low health and negative cover, there's limits to what the Grenadiers can do, and I think Caosak realizes this swiftly enough. Take almost done. Going to go for that light and mechanized company. Grab these and pump to the echelons. He could add in some Gewehr down Fierce here versus Eternal, which certainly give the Grenadiers a bit more extra additionally versus the rifle squad, at least, shall say, close the gap between the Grenadiers and the rifles, so it's probably more accurate. Okay, not building. He's actually planning a Stormtrooper squad here early on. Not a bad pick if you remember to use them properly. They are quite good with MP40. If you can get them close enough, they can really tear through infantry very fast. But the MP40s, they have very high DPS at the close ranges, and the opponent isn't paying attention fairly decent, have a good chance of getting a wipe there. They're also good for wiping retreating units if you set them up with a good, position on a retreat path. That said, of course, you can also quickly lose them if you're not careful. But, they're quite good, I think, personally. They do miss the assault rifles. But again, shouldn't discount the MP40s they do have, since again, they do pack a punch. Now go quickly falling back. Eternal clearly not wishing to dance with the Stormtroopers at closer quarters. Going to grab the point in. There you go. Once more. Deep flank here from Eternal. 2 thumbs up. Catching those goddamn crowds off guard. Hey, Carl. You had a great idea here for once. Thanks, Sarge. Yeah. Who would have figured the Germans wouldn't be expecting us hit on their flanks? Yeah, Sarge. Shut up, Carl. Sorry, Sarge. DG for the feast here. And the Stormtroopers further on the flank here. That way, threatening the retreat path more. And there we go. Tactical advance here. Fairly good chance of getting wiped here, really just delivering a lot of firepower. Also an advantage of the G for the fusion of the Grenadiers. They're actually better at getting wipes on retreating units because you can fire them on the move. That way you can better keep pace with the retreating units. The light machines require you to stand still. So it's not quite as great. But again, that's one of those sort of shade kind of advantages of the Jaeger line for the Grenadiers. Again, it's just a bit more handy for those wipes. So getting wiped is pretty damn good for Caosak. Gives him the infantry advantage now. He has 4 squads versus Eternal's 3. Though Eternal is going for the Stuart Light Tank, and Caosak, crucially, has basically bugger all in the anti-tank department. I don't think he's seen any Telemines. He doesn't have Pack 40. He doesn't have permissions for a Panzerschreck. Like, he just has nothing to stop the Stuart, except just, I guess, Panzerfaust to death. Which, particularly with the Stuart Light Tank, is not the most cost-efficient maneuver. Nice concussive grenade here. And with that, the Grenadiers suddenly looking a lot nicer here versus the Rifle Squad. There we go. That engagement suddenly almost got one there with a concussive grenade. Storms they catch the Rifle Squad, they get low on health, tactical advance, they're really tearing through them. Almost getting another wipe here. Oh, yes, a second wipe here with the Stormtroopers and tactical advance. Again, you do need to be mindful of how sensitive you use, but again, one thing it's really good at is just giving you a very solid chance of wiping retreating units that have been too low on health here. And we see with this, Caosak has effectively now had 2 of Eternal's infantry squads annihilated. So, thumbs up there to Caosak, showing us how it's done. Cavalry rifle out here, the Eternal kit with grease guns and of course the Thompsons. Around the centre victory point. I mean, opposite is about the losses. Eternal is not, slouchy, keeps up pressure, keeps momentum. He's still trying to leverage what few units he has efficient versus Caosak. But, again, the loss of 2 infantry squads is a huge blow to him, and certainly should not be discounted either. That said, Caosak doesn't manage tank weapons. Seemingly, if we're not going to rely on the armoured car, I mean, if he goes for 2 of them, they can have a chance of taking out the Stuart well handled, but I'm guessing he wants 1 armoured car to put more pressure on the infantry, slightly keep the Stuart at bay before then goes to the Pack 40 then. Western Fuel being seized again, Eternal there, again, having got advantage with the Stuart Light Tank, and again, just playing aggressively. And also, I think, crucially, not just running straight at the Germans. He's I think, being very judicious in how he's sort of finding engagements, which for the most part is working out for him. But again, he at the same time also does so extend some of his units, making it easier for get wiped by Caosak Stormtroopers. There we go, Pack 40 for Caosak. Rifle Squad here versus the Stormtroopers. Got Veterans 1, which opens up for self-healing. Always handy there. 12 kills, Veterans 1 there, slowly approaching Veterans 2. Stuart on the move there for freedom and democracy, the M5A1. Got 3G for the Fleet Grenadiers, here's the cav rifle there, and these armoured covers the Lieutenant. No bazooka on that chap. Then there's the thing here down from the Stuart, and of course the cav rifle also doing a bit of work there. Stormtroopers moving in here. Could pop a concussive grenade, could pop an incendiary grenade before closing in. Oh, we got grenades out here though from Eternal. Caosak clearly wasn't expecting that, and neither was I. Almost got the wipe in the Stormtroopers, but avoids that fate there. Fairly lucky there for Caosak. Of course, now Caosak also knows he needs to be a bit more careful around enemy infantry.
We're losing a capture point.
As the Americans, the first grenade is typically one of the best grenades because it's typically the one your opponent doesn't expect. So if you can throw a really good grenade, you can have a significant shock effect. That's not to say the rest of the grenades are going to be tossing are going to be bad, but the first one is a bit special, mostly because most American players never use grenades. You do have a really good moment of surprise and shock there if you can sort of really land a great first grenade. Still, good disruptive play by Eternal so far, and should be able to actually leverage this fuel advantage into compensation for the wipes he suffered against Caosak. So, interesting dynamic here so far between Caosak and Eternal. Storms of course need to reinforce. Armored car there hits a mine. We've actually been seeing mining here from Eternal as well with the line to tank mines. 2 thumbs up. That's actually really rare. Grenades and line to tank mines here from Eternal. It's also floating a large amount of munitions though. Just realised now. So you can certainly easily spare it. You can even like try and go for an early combined armors push here with a Stuart light tank and some infantry. Probably won't, but you could consider it. Caosak here, they're switching towards the east. I think that's a pretty good read in the situation here versus Eternal. Fairly sensible. In particular, since German doctrine tended to favour, like, you know, not attacking the opponent where they're hardest, but actually hitting them where they're weakest and trying to, like, exploit those openings. So, you know, heading east of here where there's nothing really from Eternal, I think is a very smart move. And, you know, German move there by Caosak. Pack in the centre here, backed up with the infantry and the armoured car. Nothing further on the base. They could consider, like, another Stormtrooper squad right now. We could also try and take up. Another Pack 40, another machine gun, another mortar. But, you know, another Stormtrooper squad I think would be a fairly nice idea for Caosak. As for Eternal, I imagine the priority right now, of course, besides, you know, keeping his opponent a bit in check, is to tech up fast. We also got weapon racks up for Eternal. Going for BARs and bazookas to further augment what infantry has left with more firepower. Thumbs up. Storm still flanking around there again. Good flanking up by Caosak. I mean, both players, I think, are definitely displaying some good flanking skills here. Excellent. Excellent. Some players have a tendency towards what I call it linear thinking, which is just straight lines. And there again, you can see there. Good flank. Really catches Eternal there off guard. Punishes him for, like, you know, going in too deep with insufficient support. And Caosak, of course, exploits this beautifully. That's another wipe here on Eternal. That is 3 wipes. So despite, again, technically, like, you know, having a resource advantage due to good map control, he's starting to lose ground nonetheless. And of course, Caosak is, you know, fairly adroit when it comes, like, you know, sensing these opportunities and then punching Eternal on the nose. It's a really good play here by Caosak and by Eternal, but Caosak is definitely leading on the infantry clause there because now he's got like 3 squad wipes and he's yet to suffer a single wipe. That is a significant advantage, ladies and gentlemen. Sniper here for Caosak. Not a fan of that one. I mean, obviously it makes sense, but I think with the rest of his playstyle, I actually think it might be detrimental. I think it might actually be detrimental to actually force Caosak into a more defensive playstyle, which may not suit it, but also could give Eternal more room than it's like can actually catch up from his losses. So I honestly think better off with more Stormtroopers just setting up like bigger flanks with them, and again just increasing his chances of getting a wipe. Because if you thought 1 tactical advanced Stormtrooper squad could do a lot of damage, imagine what 2 can do. So again, there you go. Heavy damage with MP40s this time, the quick retreat. But again, MP40s and Stormtroopers really pack a punch. But there you go. Machine gun team wiped here. Eternal here, returning the favour, showing that he too can flank. Thumbs up to Eternal. He could have thrown down some smoke with the 10. I actually think he did there. Maybe it was a grenade. Either way though, good flank, good manoeuvre. Got a wipe there, and Caosak forcing him to replace with the machine gun team. Sniper wing in, they can kill them one of the cavalry riflemen. Eternal, again, I think wants to, like, you know, prioritise taking up as soon as possible. Got to need them at the eastern side. Return the center of the taking heavy fire here. Armoured car though, getting some damage as well. Stripping up here. There's some ground motion point. And again, note the way he sort of sneaks about down the flanks and goes to the fuel point. Good disruptive play by both sides. Good disruptive play. Storms are reinforcing healing. 15 kills, 2, which definitely gives them some nice bonus. So the MP40s further, making them again even more lethal up close. And again, you know, tactical balance packs an even bigger punch technically. Stuart push back here. No tech yet. We do have the ambulance out there for Eternal. I mean, he could also consider more infantry now. But again, note the way Caosak, you know, flanks. He doesn't like to just attack straight to the machine gun. He sort of has an idea, okay, there's something there. I will move around here. In part, also by now, Eternal is kind of, you know, having some patterns here. Like, you know, he does dive in deep, but, you know, also then leaves the flanks exposed. So, I mean, one thing Eternal could consider doing in the future when he does make these moves is actually leave a small force here to then, you know, hit Caosak's flanking force and catch him off guard. Still the taking heavy damage and Lieutenant Change to the Grenadiers here. Could get a wipe, he was a bit uncareful in these here. Oh, uncautious. Got the cavalry rifle, so Stormtroopers range here. The cavalry rifle do have the advantage with the Thompsons, and Caosak just buggers off. He's having none of that smoke here from the Lieutenant. Thumbs up there to Eternal. Stuart hold back for repairs. Major on the way there. Excellent. Can soon push for the Sherman. We do have Caosak with tech as well. He could push for a Panda 4 or a Stug. We shall see. Armored coming towards the centre. 6 kills, half 8 to Veteran 2. Machine sitting up there. Big infantry push in the east. Grenadier there reinforcing. Major out here for Eternal. Holding the west with MD42. Shooting through the hedges, hoping to catch the cavalry rifle squad there. Sneaky. Got the storms up there, go catching the rifle squad out in the open. They actually focus on the pioneers. That's definitely going to with the storms for close in. That's exactly what he does here. Got to be in the situation. Oh, tactical advantage there. Go. Oh, no. Grenades and pop just retreats. Very close call there, though. Very close call. That could have gone either way, though. Storms will ring in there against the cavalry riflemen. I think the Storms should have some use of the veterans here, but even then the cavalry riflemen again do pack a punch as well. Do gain veteran too as well, so close call there. An armored car knocked out with the bazooka suit combo. Good work there by Eternal. He can very soon go for the Sherman. Rearson taking losses, driving the bazooka here. So need to get out of there. Need to get the bazooka. 50 cal setting up here. Grab Nissan Ponty. I mean, Eternal may also want to consider like a mortar. Not a mortar half tank. That would delay his tank. And he definitely needs to like push for a tank fast. Meanwhile, Caosak here with the support core. Very good. Eternal is moments right here from a Sherman tank, and of course can upgrade to the Bulldozer Blade Sherman. He could also decide, you know, he wants the 76mm Sherman, but there we go, goes for the regular Sherman, which again I would expect to upgrade with a Bulldozer Blade. And he's with the Stuart Light Tank, 7 kills, halfway to the ace level. And again, another flank here by Eternal. Very consistent about it. We'll have to see if Caosak then consistently counters that, but again, you know, the pronged counter attack. Halfway to the ace level of Stormtroopers. Wunderbar. But again, really consistent flanking by Eternal. That is nice to see. There, some players tend to get, even if they flank early on, tend to get a bit sloppy with the flanking as the game goes on. So, thumbs up there to Eternal. Very nice to see there. Major moving up here. But again, there we go. We actually got some troops now covering the flank here, so it isn't so easy for just like, you know, keep them Stormtroopers on the retreat path here. So he's starting to learn a bit from his engagement from Caosak. Again, it's also catching on to his opponent's tricks, so very nice here. You can see that both players are effectively adapting their tactics to each other, evolving. That's excellent. That's great to see there. Sherman out here, Bulldozer Blade him away. They're switching into the high closer rounds. He's obviously fairly confident he has the armor advantage, meaning he doesn't have to worry about any of these, you know, timing advantage with armor, meaning he doesn't have to like immediately worry about needing armor piercing rounds. He can just focus on high explosives and get as much damage done. It's now down to 5 from the Sherman. Bulldozer Blade halfway done. Could get a wipe here. Pack also caught in a bad spot. This is possibly really great here for Eternal. Essentially, the opportunity just kicks the pedal to the metal, and he is absolutely kicking in the barn door here. Almost got the sniper. Close call. So close. And so now gets caught in front of Pack 40 here. The drive has lost momentum. There you go. Target weak point. Jürgen's a weak point. Where's a weak point? It's an American Panzer everywhere. So you don't know how to build them. I mean, have you look at the size of that thing? It's bigger than a barn. It's like they wanted to shoot it. Pack cleared out there. And he still got to push back the Grenadiers. German need repairs. Did wipe the pack, but he might lose the rifle into the Grenadiers actually. Ground loss and point here. Still, even with all that, he was actually able to grab more territory away from Caosak. So, it was actually, I think, a fairly successful push there in the end. Sniper good to go already. Panther 4 ready here for Caosak and for Germany. Deutschland. Stuart Light tank on the eastern side here. Grenade off in the machine gun. Grenadiers are finding a few shots as well there. Panther 4 arriving. Sherman there still need repairs, and they also have to switch out armor piercing rounds. That said, he's getting a lot of fuel in though, so should be able to like hold out for something like another Sherman. You can like go for the 76mm Sherman. Panther 4 in trouble with the bazooka teams. Actually trying to turn the table in his opponent. Risky. Oh, pack misses. Close call there. The pack hit. That probably would have been it for Eternal Sherman. Could have given a huge advantage to Caosak, but now the Sherman is still alive. And again, with the Bulldozer Blade, is tougher to take out. It effectively becomes like the Panther 4 Model J, except you actually pay less for it. It also has self-repair. It can project smoke and has access to armor-piercing rounds, so it's actually better than the Panther 4 Model J. Plus, it can lay its own cover down. It's amazing compared to the Panther 4 Model J, when you think about it. Ground loss and points here. Swift moving forwards into the Pack 40 and the Panther 4. This was the 50 cal there. On top of that, it also has more health than the Panther 4 Model J. Cover up as the Grenadiers, close to the ace level. Nothing further on the base. We shall see, of course, what Caosak goes for next. I mean, another Panther 4 would make sense, but also going for Stug, since they do have more firepower and better penetration, could also be a good idea versus the Bulldozer Sherman, to be honest. Ooh, concussive grenade here, and does catch them. Nice throw there by Caosak. Turn was a bit too slow there to react. Or perhaps he was hoping for something unknown. There we go again. Storms to the tree, and there we go. Another attack to advance here. 2 thumbs. That's it. We've got 2 squad folks down here. Could be a wipe on it, and then Stormtrooper need to pop a smoke grenade, and does get the wipe there, but should have popped the smoke. Should have popped the smoke. Rough grenade off here. Not quite landing there. Panther 4 moving in. Could try and pop Panther Tactician here. Oh, does need to. Close call there, though. Close call. Again, he definitely should have popped that smoke grenade before hitting the retreat button. Now, I think he was definitely pushing it a bit much there. Pushing it a bit much. But still, getting a wipe that's pretty good. Again, these Stormtroopers now, I think, secured, 3 wipes? Possibly even 4. I mean, they've really done some serious lifting and really just highlights one of the reasons why I like them, because they really help you. With one of the issues you have is the Wehrmacht, which is landing in wipes in the opponent. They can typically get away with a lot of egregiously greedy things, because a lot of the Wehrmacht doesn't have enough firepower to secure wipes when you need it. But the Stormtroopers, oh boy, do they have the firepower. It's also why I prefer the MP4s with the G43s, because again, you do not get tactical advance with the G43s, and again, the tactical advance is again a really crucial element for helping you increase the chance of those wipes. Teleman's down here though from Caosak. Sniper there. Oh, really bad set there by Caosak. Punished beautifully by Eternal. You can also soon go for another Sherman here. Can soon go for it. Second Panther 4 here for Caosak, Germany, Deutschland. Shoots, misses the Sherman. Charles still exerting very good map patrol, but again, he's paying a very high price for it in terms of infantry. Still, as long as Caosak isn't able to break through and secure most of the map, it works out. Marmwood off there, almost taking out the entire captain's team. Very good. Sherman down to almost half health there. Enter tank in there for Eternal. Good sitting out there. Fifth cut called by the Panther 4. That is definitely pretty bad for Eternal. 5 squad holding a heavy cover. This one got Lieutenant back. Still going for the Pioneers. Couldn't get a wipe here. That's going to be a bit painful for him. Got it, but the 50 cal crew on the hand suffered a wipe there. Sherman in trouble. As he focused down here by a lot of Caosak's forcing to get out of there. Could also begin going for the 76 Sherman here. Penetrating hit, and there goes Sherman up. We could take out the Panther for the final shot. Does he get it? Oh, the shot bounces. Oh, that was awkward. And there you go. Blitzkrieg there to get to safety. Jackson away for Eternal. The M36 Jackson tank destroyer. Really close call there, but ended up in favour here of Caosak and Deutschland. Panther 4, of course, will need some repairs. Oh, he's actually pushing ahead there, interestingly enough. A bit risky, perhaps. Still rushing in. Is he going to try and get a wipe on that Panther 4 there? Shell shock here. Pack opening up. This dude's going to go down now, I think. He's not very cautious here. Eternal there definitely tried to push his luck a bit beyond what it could actually bear. Jackson almost done here for Eternal. Definitely should pull back that Panther 4. I mean, this is way too close to the enemy front line. It's just within range, getting spotted by something and taken up by, say, the Jackson or another tank. Definitely should be pulling it back closer towards here, or even here, to then fix it up much more safely. Not advisable this at all. Not advisable one jot. Moving up the centre, we've got the Storms finding out once more. 19 kills to the name, almost ace level. The stuff of nightmares for the Americans. There we go, catching the Eternity up close, and again, nice ambush here, tearing through them, and immediately getting killed, force retreat on the rest. Again, Eternal is absolutely not risking it. He's seen what those Stormtroopers can do. He does not want it. East side, we've got Ralph Gold Captain moving up here, fighting the flank here. I think that's a wise move there by Eternal. Panther being fixed up. Captain Rothcombe catching the machine off guard. Also catch the Pack 40 here. Jackson moving forwards for freedom and democracy. Pack up there, go. Jack gets a nice hit. Also worth noting there. 2 thumbs up to Eternal because get what Eternal did. He switched out the Stewart crew with the Jackson's crew, giving himself eventually to Jackson early on. Excellent play there by Eternal. Beautiful. Beautiful. The stuff of legends. Straight for the history book here. Almost got the Panther 4 here. Good use of smoke. Unfortunately, by turn, since Caosak deployed it, but that's made it easier for him to take out the Panther 4 with it. Great here. Absolutely amazing. And again, I don't think it would have been possible if not switch over the crew, because again, that Betty 2 bonus gave it the hard rate of 5. Probably need to get enough damage in the Panther 4 vessel. Really well played by turn. Well played. Definitely leaves Caosak now much worse off here. Though he still has 1 tank. But Eternal starting to take back here versus Caosak. Starting to again leverage his experienced crews there in ways that Caosak clearly is not quite ready for. Going for another Panther 4 here. That said, as the Jackson tank destroyer, the Stuke does tend to be a fairly good counter, due to being much more cost efficient and having a better rate of fire. Ooh, got the Stuart there. Also good reason to shift out the crew there, as he's lost the experienced crew there on it. Rothkopf moving forwards here against Caosak's lines. Pioneers there. Pioneers moving forwards. Panther will find way there. Lieutenant Captain will flank here. Nice flanking there. Go. Another hit from the Jackson. Both going forth. There go. Ace. Level Jackson here. Mines going off again by the looks of it, but didn't do anything. Pack cleared out. Huge blow. The Panther Force knocked out. This is an absolute slap across the face here for Caosak. He's being decimated by Eternal. Good Lord above. And there go. The Pioneers got slaughtered. Stormtroopers pushing forth. The 21 kills in the name of Deutschland. There you go, tax advance, but I think fairly risky. They're going into the flank with the G-14 and Raffinate there. Ooh, this is absolutely brutal. But looks like with this move, Caosak is able to push back Eternal and stop the push and get another wipe. He's not suffered a single infantry wipe himself, but now he's gotten so many wipes in the channel. I think that's like his 5th wipe or something. Yet Eternal is still able to keep in the fight, and the dudes again, skill and good maneuvering, of course, the sheer power of the American. There you go, almost got the Ace Jackson. May well actually just pop out the crew to try and preserve it. There he goes, doing it, but too late. Too late. He lost an Ace Jackson crew. That had been a previous Ace Stewart crew. That is painful there for Eternal. Painful. He'd be able to save the crew. That would have, of course, been huge there. But he needs more armor out now versus Caosak more than ever. And he even lost the captain, which he had gone for, which could have helped him supervise something out faster. Man, how the tides of war turn so swiftly. The Zook team going for the Panther 4, good hits there. Going for the 76mm Sherman, going to ground the point here. Machine gun going to go on the eastern side. 25 kills on those Ace Stormtroopers. 25. Got 2 machines on the west side. Continues repositioning. He's certainly done quite a bit with the G-43s as well. But Caosak now definitely exploiting the damage he did there to Eternal, so just push it at the front rapidly and roll it up. Excellent. Excellent. So there you go. Sherman right about done. The 76mm Sherman equipped with the 76mm gun. Adding the 50 cal to that as well. Very good. Also, I do think you could have considered, like, maybe at some times going for combined arms, like in that, and get a bit more punch up as infantry armor working together. It's a really good ability. There's a reason they're nerfing it, actually. Anyway, Storms push back the Lieutenant. Sherman ahead here. And he's retreating as well there. Caosak is not going to risk that versus the Sherman here, as he just charges forwards. There you go, machine crew there being slaughtered by the Sherman here, the Detroit Steamroller. West End machine gun holding up here. East side there, continuing the pursuit here of the machine gun crew there. Caosak caught dangerously extended here, and Eternal's armor push there very much roundly punishing for it. We got 308 versus 338. Panther moving in. Reinforcing healing. Sherman rushing centerwards. Good for another smoking around here. Going aggressive for the Panther. Bazooka hits and the Sherman there landing some hits, and the Panther pushing down to half of there. Go Ralph going for the Pack 40. If you can grab that again, that would be a huge blow there to Caosak. Smoke to the point there by the Panther 4. Also allows the Pack to get out there. Nice smoke that screen there in the end, but the Sherman pushes through. Eternal doesn't care. Gets another Pioneer Squad wipe though. Nasty. That's going to slow down repairs on the Panther. We got another one with Caosak going in the second punch to be short. Ralph Squad was the Stormtroopers. 27 kills. They must have definitely earned an Iron Cross at this point. These was the Sherman. Captain on the way there for Eternal. Damage into the Sherman. Then West was there. Eternal there, go grenade off here. Concussor again. Really good use of concussor grenades here by Caosak. We also got a grenade here from Eternal, which didn't quite work out. Trooper tank from the north here. Now the Panther 4 ready. Captain good to go for Eternal, Freedom and Democracy. Plus can use it to supervise that stuff faster, so there's definitely some reason there to keep it out on the field for Eternal. Since one then has the resource for a tank, you can then just get the tank out really fast. That way making up for the numbers difference much swifter. So I think that's a really good idea by Eternal. Really good idea there. Excellent play there. Fifth cover for the Grenadiers. Panther moving up. Sherman moving up here. Flanking the Panther 4. Stormtroopers up the eastern side. Cheeky Caosak. Cheeky. Nice hit of the Panther 4 and the Captain. Nice hit from the Bazooka teams and the Panther 4. Stormtroopers advancing on the eastern side. Eternal getting very close to another tank here versus Caosak. We shall of course see what he goes for. There are a few options here to consider. Caosak Stormtroopers advancing up and looking like they want to set up an ambush here on Eternal. Machine caught here, nice flank. Spotted the Telemine, excellent. Also, thumbs up to Caosak for actually laying down mines fairly consistently. If some of them just end up taking out no tanks or anything like that, he's doing it consistently, which is very important. So excellent play there by Caosak. A solid play. Solid. Yeah, I think that's probably a better way to describe it. Unless he puts down the mines in some really clever places, probably shouldn't call it excellent. It's solid. Good. Nice. Storms sitting about, they could launch an ambush any moment now. Let's need to be careful since again there's a lot far for the course from retreat here. We go even popping tactic advance here. I think the time for this one is a bit more suspect. Yeah, he's taking a lot more damage here since again tactic advance does mean you take more damage when you turn, so you do need to be more mindful of it. I mean, correct timing can be great. I think for some he should have thrown down the smoke grenade, then popped it, but yeah. Storms down to 2 health, low on health. Numbers. Yeah. About to get wiped out here. That's going to be a huge blow here to Caosak. And also the first wipe is actually suffered on his main infantry and not the Pioneers. Good kill there for Eternal. Good kill that removes a huge burden from his shields. Again, those Stormtroopers really were doing some serious damage to him. I mean, they were just, responsible for so many wipes in Eternal. They were enemies of democracy. Captain knows the Grenadiers. Panther moving forwards here for Caosak. Second Sherman almost done. They've used the Captain's Supervisor. That'd be course great here. Sherman bounces. 5th gun still left abandoned. East side here. 5th gun shot with the 2 Grenadiers. Also got the Panther moving in. The west side though, making some progress in the cemetery versus Caosak here. Tombstones being shattered, but no panzers.
We're losing a capture point.
Sherman in pursuit by the Grenadiers. Veteran C1, 10 kills. Panther going for the Sherman and Ralph coming up as well there. 5th cal almost wiped out. Intense fighting here between Caosak and Eternal. Almost got the Grenadier sport here. Damage entering the Panther 4. Up north here we got the Lieutenant there. Oh, Pioneer Squad could be wiped out again. There's a huge turnover rate amongst Caosak's infantry. A Pioneer is not the infantry. I mean, infantry-wise turnover rate being high. That's Eternal. He's being bled dry in the infantry department. Nice hit there, second Sherman up as well to assist the first one. Go for the damaged engine. Panther going on the flank here. Caosak sends an opportunity but could get the Pioneer if he's not careful. He's going to be running between 2 jumps to one with veterans to 1, meaning it has a high rate of fire, so he's close to another tank, which shouldn't be taken lightly. Got one of the Panther 4s. This is huge. Panther 4s, Sherman survived. Oh! Taken out by the Pack 40. Smokes from down, but too late here. Intense fighting continues between the two sides, both just slugging away. They're causing grievous harm on the other side's forces. Tanks left ablaze on the fields, infantry screaming for medics, but there are none because the Canadians don't allow them. Captain there going for the Grenadiers. Thankfully, the Grenadiers at close range. Panther 4 charging in there. Caosak smells opportunity. Straight to the Sherman there, which is close to T2, and increased rate of fire without any tanks to support it. Got 297 to 255. Panther 4 pushing forwards there for Deutschland. Then he's moving ahead as well there. Those good teams are ramming though. Nice few hits that discourages Caosak's Panther 4 from moving any further hit there. I think that's very sensible. Then he's sitting up from behind the cover there of the old burned out Sherman Hulk. 10 pushing forwards there, relations course backing up. Could try a grenade here maybe. We said we get a grenade here from Caosak again. Excellent, actually stands up the unit, summing up for more free hits here from the Grenadiers. And the Panther 4, but they are being shredded here by the 5th gun in the end. 297 to 233. Sherman on the move once more. Very close to Veteran 2.
A capture point is under attack.
Panther 4's being fixed up. Sherman rolling ahead here. Eternal is aggressive. He's looking for opportunities. He's hoping to find mistakes by Caosak, with him placing most of his tanks off and close to the front line in a great state of disrepair. Caosak's replacing off loss effects, and also another Grenadier squad here, and he's just getting more pioneers to fix his tanks. That means selecting more bombs than to Eternal's infantry himself, so a bit risky there. Sherman getting T2 there. Definitely dangerous for Caosak there. Particularly gets another tank to work with it, since that then you get the radius network and the T2 bonus stacking together for a high rate of fire. And of course getting its ace level. I don't think they actually get the rate of fire bonus there. I think it's the Soviet ones. But anyways, still can pack a real punch there just with sheer rate of fire. Switching arounds there. Shot fired there. Graham Neeson pumped the lieutenant. Switching rounds again. Moving forwards, regular Sherman leather for Eternal. Sturmgeschütz Ausführung there for Caosak. Excellent, wunderbar. Should have gone for them earlier, to be honest. There we are. About to go in trouble here with the Panther 4. We've got a grenade off in the Grenadiers. 285 to 208. Seems like Eternal's option is starting to slim out a bit. He's not doing so much on the flanks anymore here versus Caosak. Maybe exhaustion. Stug almost on it for Caosak. The Sturmgeschütz 3 Ausführung G. There we go. Gefechtsbereit. Adding a pyramid machine as well. Very good. Sherman ready. Adding the bulldozer blade. Very good. Telemines here from Caosak. Very good as well. Again, consistent mining. Thumbs up to that. Got the Lieutenantios, the Grenadiers. The Zug team following up here, 50 cal as well there. Sherman there close enough to get the radius network bonus. There we go, good on the Panther 4 flanking it. Dangerous here for Caosak's Panther 4. There you go again, the rate of fire bonus is high. They want to close another tank. Almost got it, almost got it. Close to the ace level match. Sherman as well there. Pulls back here. Pursuing the Panther 4 drives the Zug team as well there. Getting pretty dicey here. 200 versus 284. Pack 40 ready. Another infantry element support here. We got the Panther 4s and the Stug covering the centre bit here. The Zug team's engaging. We got a fresh Storm squad here for Caosak. 2 thumbs up. Bridges are being pummeled by the Panther 4, trying to take it out, but instead taking 2 heavy losses. Ooh, that's on the Stormtrooper there. Unless, of course, you're the Stormtrooper, in which case you may not agree with that assessment. Of course, the Germans be careful, and you're getting absolutely pummeled by most of the German guns there. The Panther 4, the Pack, and the Stug. Almost taking out the German here right away. Definitely a bit of a mistake there by Eternal. Got combined arms though. Wunderbar. Stug rushing forward, so you need to be careful. Got the Sherman. And again, the Sherman here with a combined arms bonus and some other bonus activity, as you might notice, has an incredible rate of fire. Like, you can easily outdo the Stug, which I normally would have the highest rate of fire. There you go, ace level. Good lord, really careless there by Caosak. I don't think he was expecting the combined arms bonus, which again, as you notice, on a veteran Sherman has it fire very fast. And had it not been that bonus, the Stuke probably would have had a good chance of winning, though he probably still should have screened it with infantry, had something else to work with it. So while obviously not tactically salient, I know. At least that's the excuse you probably wasn't expecting the combined arms. That was a really well-timed one by Eternal, actually. Really well-timed. That said, Eternal's forces are definitely a bit of a pit here nonetheless. Have suffered heavy losses. He's looking for tunnel mines. It's run. Very good. Finally getting a deep flank going on the west again. Caosak, I think, should go for another Stuke, though, and just, be more careful with it next time around. I mean, he did do a lot of damage to the Sherman. It's just, again, when the Sherman has so much high rate of fire than the Stuke, that's not a great thing. Pinned down even to get off the smoke grenade. A Sherman good to go here. A real Brad Pitt. Machine repositioning. Panther moving westward. 17 kills, 22. Bazooka fire there. Panther shoots whiffs. Storms equipped with the D33s. Let's press that one. Captain taking Nosferatu with 4 turns straight for the Pack 40. Good priority here by Eternal. You can take out the Pack 40, of course, give less support for the Panther 4. Sherman rushing forwards here. Ace level there engaging. Nice shot there. Pack up on the Shem, pushing down to half health. Pushes ahead there. Going straight for it. Nope, backs off, backs off. And into the Telemine, costing him in the Ace Sherman crew. Brad Pitt is on fire, ladies and gentlemen. And with that, Eternal is out of the match. GG, game over. Caosak won through here. An intense match of really intense maneuver play, flanks and such here by both sides. Really great players. Eternal, though, definitely had some issues there. His tactic, I think, would have worked better against, more passive and, shall we say, more linear Valorant players. But again, Caosak's flanking and understanding how Eternal moved made it much more dangerous, and he saw a lot of wipes thanks to the Stormtroopers, who really did some serious work there for Caosak. If it not been for the Stormtroopers, I don't think the land of those wipes and Eternal, I don't think could, maintain, otherwise, parity. Otherwise, you risk just getting swarmed by infantry, and Eternal would have much more manpower going elsewhere. So, really good play there by Caosak. Really good infantry handling. Good use of the Doctrine as well, to the most part. I mean, he pretty much used everything except the Tiger Ace, which honestly isn't that great, so, 2 thumbs up. Then Eternal also, I think, made fairly good use of the Doctrine there. Even used combined arms, which again was to, fairly good effect, but, some things that could be improved here and there, but I would say good match. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell friends, tell family, do channel needs. This is Imperial Links and cheers. Thank you for watching. Till tomorrow again for our next episode. Bye.